Hello, and welcome back to Every Way Woman. Now, I was reading an article in Psychology Today called The Truth About Beauty. And basically it said no matter how good of a heart you have, how educated you are, how hard you try, if you're a woman, you're still just judged on your looks, and don't expect to find a man if you don't look good. So what I'm trying to understand is they tell us, oh, we have to have a good heart, we have to be so nice. And then you watch shows like The Bachelor where it's all these women, they're educated, they're beautiful. But no matter what they do, they still have to have a man. And all these educated, beautiful women are fighting over a man because it says in society if they don't have a man, they're not anything. What's the point in us? So what's the point in us even going to college? What's the point of us even being nice people?
Well, how else are you going to meet a man if you don't go to college and meet one?
You made her point clear.
I mean, that's the point of everything. How are we going to we get a job so we can meet a man at work? What else do? We join different clubs and such so we can meet men.
You need to
our whole
talk,
life,
speak for yourself, honey.
our whole life's purpose, we go different places to meet men. That's how it works, right? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. Just kidding. No, but I do think like image is everything. So in order, for a guy to notice you and to see if you have a good heart, he's going to have to like what he sees, and then he'll see if it's a nice person or not. But if you're looking raggedy,
but why doesn't somebody tell men this? Because men think that they can sit up and they can fart and they can belch and they can lose their hair and they can get big beer bellies.
But I think a lot of times men do the same thing as women do. When they're looking for a woman, they'll put their best presentation forward, and they'll make sure they go to the car wash and wash their car before they go to your house for a date, and they'll try and make sure they're presented nicely when they're interested in a woman. I think men do that as well.
I don't know. I would say that we're kind of in a different age now where men actually are starting to take care of themselves. I think they're starting to get the message. You hear stories about metrosexuals, right? That go and they get their nails done, and
that article talks about how women, it's not as important to women, supposedly, appearances.
Yes, supposedly.
And it has to do with power. A powerful man and a man who can, be powerful and maybe protective and that kind of thing is what's really important to a woman. And, it looks to me, I mean, I want a good-looking man, but whether his clothes are wrinkled or whether he gets a beer belly, or I don't really care, honestly. I mean, to me, that doesn't matter.
It depends on who you're saying is society, I suppose society at large, the Hollywood, New York.
And you know what? Like a lot of times
that's what they care about is the outside.
But it did say that we look for powerful men. But I think, is that really true? Because as women now, we're more powerful. And what about all the powerful women who were broke men?
Well, you know what? I think a lot of times they say like you are what you attract. So like if you're an attractive person, most likely you'll attract an attractive person. Or if you're kind of raggedy, you might attract a raggedy person. Like, that's what they say sometimes.
As long as you're attracting somebody,
I think
right?
women you
can't just be attracting anybody.
Though. I mean, I don't mean necessarily powerful like the leader of society, but a man who's confident and competent in his workplace, and
because women
you don't want somebody who's laying around the couch and saying, "See you later, honey. Bring back the money, and I'll be watching the the TV when you get home." That's not what most women are looking for.
Now too, though, in society, we're still expected. Like we can't just be housewives anymore and not do anything. We have to now. We have to have
we need
jobs.
the incomes.
We have to
That's
work.
the reason. It's
but
not
then we still have to look good, and men, their look standards hasn't changed. So now I gotta vacuum, I gotta cook, I gotta work out, I gotta go to school, I gotta get educated, and I have to work. What do I even
So
need
you're
a
talking
man
about
for?
the Wonder Woman syndrome.
Well,
that's too much work.
That's why
man must be good for something.
Well, it's
not seeing it as much anymore.
It's a different age. Like Charlotte says, that you really do have to have a double income right now if you're going to be married. Everything is so expensive, cost of living and all of that, putting your kids in school and that kind of thing, that you really do have to have a double income. And so women kind of do. We do have to be Wonder Women.
But why is it always that everything has to fall on us?
Well,
I don't see it that way. I really don't. And I think men, because we're actually in a really cool generation because we're getting older, but it's like nobody wants to get older. So that's why we have all the Botox and we have everybody staying younger looking. That's why they say, a 50-year-old looks 30 today. And I think that's really cool. And that's true of men.
But you know what?
It's true of men and women, in my opinion.
And it's also to the woman. If you're going to let your man stay at home and not do whatever, that's on you. That's your fault.
I think as women too, we need to start taking more control. We need to take more control of ourselves, because it's not just about how we look and how we act and what kind of man we have. And we have to know, hey, it doesn't matter if you have a man or whatever you have, if you single.
You develop your brain. You become intelligent. You know, you got to develop your whole self. It's not just about looks.
And you have to communicate properly too. You know, I mean, you got to tell your man, honey, I've been working just as much as you. Could you please pick up the vacuum? You know, because who wants to do housework? Who wants to fold the clothes? Who wants to do?
June
you know,
Cleaver.
we don't really want to. June might, but I don't really want to. You know, and if it's gonna get done, then we got to share the housework. You know?
Yeah, that is true. We could talk about this forever. Okay, thank you, and please come right back.